Hey guys, Jibro here. And by the time you're seeing this, it should be 2024. Now today, I wanted to take a look back and talk about everything that went on in 2023 for me, for my channel, and of course, maybe look a little ahead to some things that will be happening in 2024. So, yeah. Let's get into that. And, before we go anywhere, we'll start off with GW, which is where we are right now. Yes, this is a house that I made on GW. I spent a lot of time on it. But unfortunately I had to kind of abandon it. So, this year was kind of a disaster for Minecraft content. I mean, obviously, it only started getting consistent again towards the end of the year. There should be one coming out later today, by the way. A Concordia episode, that is. But the main thing that happened is that first, I tried to do a full realm reset. Obviously, this world was still here, and yes, this is the original world. This is the original island where I started off at the very beginning of Season 1. I tried to reset, but it didn't end up working out. And part of the reason that that happened, obviously the people caused issues. Oh, yeah, my profits from my shop, by the way. Part of the issues, part of the reason there were issues was the people, but the main issue was that when I went to renew my Realms subscription, it ended up creating a whole new realm instead of renewing GW. Which, I guess, in retrospect, I think that was a good thing, because it allowed me to put some new ideas on the table, and I've actually been really happy with how Concordia has turned out so far. Who knows if it'll get worse as time goes on, but I'm really enjoying it. Me and my girlfriend have plans on the server. Can't wait to finally start seeing some of them in action. Or I can't wait for you guys to finally start seeing some of them in action. And, yeah. That's the story of GW in 2023. It also sucks that most of this was undocumented. Although, I guess behind the scenes drama shouldn't really be put out on the internet. But, all the other stuff, like I had a ton of recorded footage for a 20-second GW video, like GW Season 1. And I had started recording on a second GW Season 2 video as well, but all that had to be cancelled, unfortunately. Alright, well, with that said, let's move on to the next thing, which is Concordia. So, Concordia was the first idea that I had for a new server, and basically spawned off of this feeling of togetherness I'd get when seeing how close together people would settle on the original GW worlds. And I did my best to recapture that. I did make a mandatory starting area, but I decided to let people branch out more while still keeping that feeling of togetherness, because there are a ton of projects where we're gonna have to work together. There are a ton of times where I've asked other people for help and they've helped me out. It's a lot of fun, and I can't wait to keep playing, because I'm really enjoying my time with the new server. So before I get into all the series I've started and finished this year, I wanted to talk about how my upload schedule was this year. Which for the first half, actually for more than the first half of 2023, it was non-existent. I didn't upload any videos aside from, I think, 6 Tears of the Kingdom videos that I recorded and uploaded but are now private, because of the fact that I wanted to do a full playthrough after I finished Breath of the Wild. But if I had to identify a reason, if I had to guess, it was probably that, I don't know, just looking at the videos, I'm pretty sure this is around the time where I started editing my videos, or attempting to edit them. And while that does make for an easier way to make longer content into shorter content, I think it just stopped being fun, especially when I tried to keep a consistent upload schedule with it. So what I ended up doing was I just took a very long break. And I came back with the next game we're going to talk about, A Hat in Time. To me, A Hat in Time is definitely one of the best games I played this year. I had a lot of fun with it. I don't really know what to tell you. Like, the whole way through, I had a good time. Other than, like, maybe one point, but I got past that pretty quickly because of how much fun the game is. I can't wait to play more games like it. It is really a shining example of the selection. It's really one of the shining stars of my selection of games this year. And I'm really happy that I got the chance to play through it. It's been on my list for a while. And I'm glad I chose it as one of the 4 games I would come back to YouTube with. So, yeah, let's get to the next one. Portal was, honestly, about as good as I was expecting it to be. I mean, it's the first of the 2 games, and I've heard that it's more focused on the puzzles than it is the story. But I think both aspects of that game were pretty evenly balanced, you know, and being pretty good. I really enjoyed all the puzzles. There were only a couple that I had to look up the solution to, and once I looked up the solution, I was like, oh yeah, that makes sense. Should have gotten that sooner. And I honestly can't wait to play the sequel. It might be a little bit because I have a lot of games in my backlog to get through. But it was nice playing at least the first little bit of it as one of the random selections, so I can't wait to keep going with that. So, Rayman Legends. Man, there is a lot that I have to say about this game. I think. I don't know. I didn't actually script this out beforehand. Kind of just talking. But Rayman Legends was a game that I got because I tried the demo. I was like, oh man, this is a really cool looking game. It got so much better. I'm so happy that I bought it because I've had so much fun with it. Just playing it. Even off camera, playing it. It's just been a lot of fun. It's probably one of the most unique platformers out there. It's right up there with Mario Wonder, maybe even exceeding it in uniqueness. And it's definitely up there with Tropical Freeze in terms of like good level design, really well made controls. Kinda sucks that they're not making Rayman games anymore. And I'm kinda hoping I eat my words with that, because I would love to see a new Rayman game announced. I know it was I know the Mario Rabbids DLC was really, or with Rayman was really popular, so who knows? Maybe they'll make another Rayman game. And if they do, I will buy whatever console it's on, and I will play it as soon as I can. I promise, because I want to keep playing. I loved every second of playing Rayman Legends. And I can't wait to come back at some point to do the Back to Origins levels, because I will do that. I will do that. I know those are all levels from Rayman Origins, so I will do that at some point. Superliminal. I honestly, it's hard to say what I'm trying to say. It's less of a game to me and more of an experience. A very good experience, obviously. I had a lot of fun with it. But like the puzzles, I don't know. They weren't the most unique part of the game. It was more the way the game played with perspective and different aspects of how the human mind tricks you and stuff like that. A lot of fun, honestly, and kind of mind-boggling. Hopefully at this point I've gotten back to recording on my second channel with my brother, and we'll have played more of this, because I can't wait to see more of his reactions and more of his gameplay at like 3 in the morning being woken up. But yeah, not really much else to say about Superliminal. It was just a lot of fun and quite the experience. The Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild is one of my favorite games of all time. And I'm so happy that this year I got the chance to play it again on the channel. It's still gonna be a while before I beat it. I'm sorry, guys. I want to get to Tears of the Kingdom too, but I also want to, you know, fully experience Breath of the Wild. Everything I want to do, I want to get done. And once I'm done with that, we will get into Tears of the Kingdom. As soon as the slot opens up, obviously. Because I'm still going to do things in order. I'm not going to jump the gun just for Tears of the Kingdom. Actually, I'll think about that. But yeah, I mean, there's not much else I have to say about Breath of the Wild. It is just one of the best games I've ever played. I can't wait to finish it on the channel. I feel like that will be very surreal for me, because at the moment it is my longest running series, I think, in terms of the number of episodes and stuff, and maybe runtime too. Who knows? It's even beat out Ring Fit Adventure. By the way, side note, not related to Zelda, Ring Fit Adventure is never coming back. I'm sorry, guys. I was doing a very unhealthy amount of exercise for that series, and I don't feel like doing that again. I feel like I just want to get back into the game on my own and be healthy about it, obviously. But yeah, Breath of the Wild, I'm gonna keep playing it. I'm gonna play it until I feel I'm done, and once I'm done, I'll move on to Tears of the Kingdom, probably. Alright, we have reached the first kind of bump in the road here in 2023. Sonic Superstars was a very interesting game in terms of my feelings. I absolutely loved the level design. I loved how the characters played. I loved almost everything about it. But then those bosses were a huge problem for me. And obviously, now that I've played a few more difficult games this year, I can say those bosses weren't over the top in terms of difficulty, but some of them were a little unfair. I'm still going to stick to the fact that some of them were a little unfair, especially what was the zone name? Whatever the digital zone was. The boss for that zone, I think was kind of a miss. Like, they had a good concept, but they just didn't execute it very well. Other than that, it was a great game. Great level design. They got the physics down pretty much perfectly, and I think the Emerald Powers were a great addition. I think the story was pretty good. I'm not finishing the story. Sorry guys, not right now at least. Maybe some other time, but I do not feel like putting myself through more Sonic Superstars bosses. I'll probably play through some of the levels on my own time, you know. But yeah, those are my thoughts on Sonic Superstars. Alright, here we get into one of the biggest, most exciting, at least for me, series. So, it just occurred to me that I got these two the wrong way. I'm keeping it this way. It wouldn't make sense otherwise. But, I was supposed to do Mario Wonder before Sonic Superstars, but, you know, it's fine. Mario Wonder is not my game of the year, but it is probably the best 2D Mario game I've ever played. And yes, I've played Mario World, but Mario Wonder is just, it's just a whole different experience. Like, man, from start to finish, I enjoyed myself. Obviously, there are some moments that I didn't, you know. I've been trying to manage that. Part of the problem is that I have not been getting good sleep recently. And part of the problem is that I kind of overstressed myself with that second to last week of videos this year. But Mario Wonder is probably one of the most fun games in the Mario series. And I also really respect their whole like process behind developing Mario Wonder. I think it was genius to just give them unlimited development time. And there was only one aspect, the bosses. For the opposite reason of Sonic Superstars. Sonic Superstars went a little too tough with the bosses. I feel like Mario Wonder's bosses could have been a little tougher, to be honest. It also feels like, well, no, there wasn't any variety. Other than the final boss, like, there was not any variety in the boss selection. It was all Bowser Jr. There were some worlds that didn't have bosses at all, which is fine. Like, I don't mind. But, yeah, it's just, the only problem is that Bowser Jr. is the only boss. Alright, moving on. So, let's take a quick detour to talk about my Halloween special. Of the two specials I released last year, that was probably my best one. I'll be honest, that was 100% my best holiday special, which is ironic, because it was entirely focused on playing some of the worst Roblox horror games. Originally, we were going to do more. Like, we were going to do some of the actually good ones, like Doors, but I ran out of recording space. So, you get the not actually scary ones, but it was a lot of fun. Me, my younger brother, who is in the second channel, and my girlfriend, who I don't remember, yeah, I linked her channel. We had a blast filming it. It was a lot of fun editing it, too. Just looking back at some of those moments. And, of course, Roblox is Roblox, and will always be quite an experience every time. So, yeah, that was that was a quick detour for my Halloween special. On to the next series, for real this time. So, Shovel Knight. I did not start this series this year, but I did finish it. So, I feel like I should probably talk about it. Shovel Knight is a game that I definitely struggled with in terms of like keeping my cool at some points. But I think I had a lot of fun in the end. Even though I died a ton of times, even though there were some times where I raged a little bit, I had quite a lot of fun. It was kind of surreal, actually, finally beating the game. And I can't wait to get into the spin-offs of it, which I will be playing. Actually, you might have seen for the Sunday upload, I think yesterday, I played Shovel Knight Plague of Shadows. I haven't recorded that at the time of recording this, but I probably will by the time this comes out. I mean, obviously. So, yeah, I can't wait to start playing that. From my perspective, I haven't started. From you guys' perspective, maybe I have. But yeah, Shovel Knight was a lot of fun, and I can't wait to keep playing the spin-offs. And maybe eventually I'll play Shovel Knight Dig, if I get to it. Man, okay, this is gonna be fun to talk about, cause the finale for this was kind of a disaster. My mic wasn't on the entire time, and I'm still a little frustrated with myself about that, just a little, you know, but I've kind of accepted it, and I could kind of talk about the somewhat heartfelt story that I talked about there while the credits were playing. I could probably talk about that here. So, I've wanted to play Mario RPG for a long time. There was, I used to go to this music school. They had an SNES in the waiting lobby, because obviously they can't take multiple people in the classes at once. And one day there was, they had Mario RPG. I could not figure out what to do at all. And I wanted to redeem myself for that, but I've never gotten a chance. Like, they didn't add it to Switch Online, and I didn't really know why, because I'm pretty sure it's a decently popular game nowadays. So when they revealed the remake, I was so fucking happy. To be honest, I was through the roof. I was over the moon about it. Like, whatever phrase you want to use, I was that. I, of course, bought it day one. I mean, why wouldn't I? I had been excited for this for a long time. Technically, I didn't buy it myself. I think I got this as a a birthday gift. But, man, I loved every second of it. Like, I knew it was a good game. I'd heard that it was a really good game, but I didn't expect, you know, to have that much fun with it and to enjoy it that much. There was only one time throughout the entire game, I'm pretty sure, where I got frustrated, and it was in the sunken ship. Ah, man. And then, you know, I got a little better at the whole game. And, you know, I don't think I had gotten mad at all otherwise. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. Please feel the need to correct me. But, you know, it was just, man, it was fun from start to finish. And I can't wait to play the Paper Mario remake this year. Because, yes, I'll talk about that more later, but that is definitely on the list for what I'm going to play this year. So, Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze is the first Donkey Kong Country game I have beaten. Oh my god, it was amazing. Like, I've played Donkey Kong Country Returns, and that's a game I want to play again eventually. And that was a lot of fun. But man, I loved Tropical Freeze. I still love Tropical Freeze. I currently have the Lego versions of the 4 playable characters from Tropical Freeze on my desk, which just goes to show how much I absolutely loved my time playing Tropical Freeze. Like, I'm a big Donkey Kong Country fan now. I hope they make another one. I really do. Because Tropical Freeze was probably still not the best game I played this year. I might get into that later. It's a really tough debate for me, but it was definitely one of the best games I played this year. Like, it controlled really well. Most of the deaths didn't feel unfair, other than some in the final boss. But, you know, I got through that. That was actually a very proud moment, finally getting through that. But, man, that was quite the experience, you know, finally getting into Donkey Kong with that game as the catalyst. I'm very happy with how that turned out. So, yeah. You can say I enjoyed Tropical Freeze. Like, from start to finish. It was probably, like, it was actually, I think, better for me than Mario Wonder as a platformer. Mario Wonder was still fantastic, but this game just kind of tops it for me. Undertale is a game that I've wanted to play for a while on the channel. In fact, there have been a couple attempts to make a series. The first one, I only got 1 episode in, and I had to scrap it because of real-life issues that stopped me from uploading the video. And then I had 2 episodes that came out, I think, if I remember correctly, sometime in 2022 that are now private because I'm doing it a 3rd time. I counted it as a new series. Both of the episodes I've uploaded so far have been copyrighted. I really don't care. You know, it's not a big deal to me. I don't really care if I get money off of these or not, but yeah, Undertale is... I've played through it, I think, fully twice, and I can't wait to play through it again on the channel, because I always have fun playing it. You know, it's tough at points, but it's always really satisfying to get through it, and it's always a lot of fun, too. So, yeah, I'm excited to keep playing it, since I haven't actually finished that series yet. So, yeah. So, Mario & Rabbids Kingdom Battle was a game that I was not able to start recording until, like, the last minute before I had to release a video. Meaning I got it for Christmas, and I immediately, like, that night had to record an episode and put it out on Christmas. Because I did get the gift Christmas Eve, technically. I think I talked about that more in the video, but... so far, from my perspective at least, I've only recorded 2 videos. But those 2 have left quite an impression on me. I'm really enjoying it. It's funny how, basically, all of the games that I've played this year have left a really good impression on me. Like, I've enjoyed all of them. It's also funny how I've played a lot of Mario-adjacent games. Or Mario and Mario-adjacent games this year. But, yeah, I can't wait to keep playing Mario & Rabbids Kingdom Battle. I don't know how long the series will last. Who knows? Maybe by some off chance I've already beaten the game somehow. And I'm back to doing Breath of the Wild as the main series. I won't know until I get to that point, so... yeah. I hope you guys are enjoying Mario & Rabbids Kingdom Battle, because I am. Hollow Knight was one of the series that was kind of randomly picked to be one of the new side series, as I call them. Its first episode was one of the randomly selected Sunday episodes. And I was actually pretty happy when I got that as the random thing for one of the new series. I haven't beaten it on my own yet, which is kind of a rarity. I think most of the games I'm playing right now I've beaten on my own already, other than Mario & Rabbids Kingdom Battle, but it's literally my first time playing. Meanwhile, with Hollow Knight, I've actually played a little bit, I just haven't beaten the game. But yeah, I can't wait to keep playing. It's a very beautiful game, it sounds amazing, it plays very well, and I've been having a lot of fun with it so far. And only one episode came out this year, so we're getting kind of close to the end. So when I said we're getting kind of close to the end, I failed to realize that this is literally the last series that, I guess I didn't technically start it this year, but that started continuing to release this year. Super Mario 64 was the old series that I picked out to keep playing, specifically. Like, I specifically picked this one out. I knew I was going to pick this one out once I finished Rayman. And I'm honestly really happy with my choice. You know, I have beaten Mario 64 on my own, and I really enjoyed it. And so, I'm probably going to enjoy beating it here. I've definitely gotten better at the game since the last time I recorded, so that helps. But I can't wait to keep playing. I can't wait to beat it. Not because I don't enjoy it, but because it's going to feel really nice to beat it on camera. And don't worry, hopefully, since I've been taking precautions and making sure that my mic is working every time I record, hopefully we don't have another incident like the finale for Mario RPG, where it's just absolute silence with, well, no, absolute silence for me with gameplay in the background, even though I was talking. But yeah, that's literally the last series of this year, other than like the Saturday and Sunday uploads, but I'm not gonna talk about them because if I did, it would take way too long to film this. So let's move on to the second part of how my upload schedule went this year, because I guess I didn't really cover all of that now that I think about it. So yeah. So when I finally got back into YouTube this year, it was kind of a rough start. I recorded, I think, 6 videos before taking like a month-long break, in which time I ended up getting a girlfriend. But after that break, I came back to it with a lot more vigor, and I've kept a pretty consistent upload schedule. The only thing that's inconsistent, which I'm trying to work on, don't worry guys, is Minecraft episodes, and that's partially because of drama behind the scenes, partially because I spend a lot of time recording them sometimes, and I spend a lot of time editing them, like almost every time I make one. But I think it started out, if I remember correctly, with 2 episodes a week, then it moved to 4 episodes a week, then 5 episodes a week, then 7 episodes. Wait, no. I'm counting wrong, hang on. 2 to 3 episodes a week, then 4 to 5 episodes a week, then 5 to 6 episodes a week, then 6 to 7. And the extra one is whether or not I recorded a Minecraft video. And then I kind of doubled up on most days of the week, other than Sunday. And then for Mario Wonder, which is something I'm going to be continuing, I finally brought a second video to Sundays, which I will be continuing from now on, like I just said. But yeah, it's... the last half of this year has been a pretty good year for recording, and I beat more games in the back half of this year than I did in the 3 previous years that I have been playing games on my channel, which I think is kind of crazy. Because, you know, that's like almost 3 whole years of decently consistent uploads compared to from like August 30th to now, and I've beaten 8 games, maybe more. I don't actually know if there are any more that I've beaten as of right now, because I haven't really gotten into the recording for Mario Rabbids yet. But, you know, it's like the last part of this year made, I feel like, kind of balanced it out, made it a pretty good year. So now let's kind of look ahead to how I'm going to be doing, you know, recording and upload stuff next year, and maybe a few games I'm planning on getting next year as well. So my plans for 2024 are literally just to try to keep a consistent upload schedule. Like, that's it. Maybe try to get more Minecraft videos out. Try to be more active on my Minecraft server, which is actually a problem for the first like month or two. But, you know, I've solved that. And then I want to hopefully beat Breath of the Wild sometime this year. I want to get through as many series as I can, not because I don't enjoy the games I'm playing, but because I want to play even more games, because, you know, I have a big backlog. I want to... I want to get through my backlog of games before I die, so I'll try to get through them semi-quickly, but I'll still enjoy myself with the game. And then, as for games this next year, I'm thinking about potentially getting myself a Pikmin game, but also this year I'm gonna try and put buying games onto the back burner. Like, there are a few exceptions. The new Princess Peach game is a game that I'm going to get when it comes out, or as soon as I can after it comes out, because at the moment I currently have $60 that I have to set aside for that, because I pre-ordered it as a Christmas gift for my girlfriend. And then the Paper Mario remake is one that I want to get on release. I mean, I wasn't absolutely positive about that until I beat, played, I guess, Mario RPG and had a blast. And from what I understand, Paper Mario is just more of that type of humor. Maybe not more of that type of combat, but something similar, you know? And then there are a couple of other games. I think I really want to play Miitopia. And I really want to, next time I get to choose a new series, I'm probably going to bring in Xenoblade finally. Because that's a game that I've really wanted to... I actually haven't finished it on my own, believe it or not. And I really want to. But it would also be cool to finish it on the channel. Because I feel like that would give me the motivation I need. Because I play it for a little bit and then I just kind of, you know, don't go back to it. So it would be cool to play it on the channel to finally get the motivation I need to play it and beat it. I'm planning on getting Penny's Big Breakaway, And there are a couple of other games I'm thinking about getting. I don't know what I'm gonna do for Halloween or Christmas specials or anything like that next year, or if I'm gonna do any other, holiday specials, anything like that. But yeah, it's really like I'm gonna try and cut down on the amount of new games I get, just because it's kind of tough to manage all of those. Plus, I want to save up for a better computer, since I've had, a lot more problems as of late with this laptop that I'm recording on right now. And it would be nice to get something new that will probably work a little better. But other than that, yeah, those are basically my plans. If anything else cool is announced, I'll probably get that too. Yeah, those are my channel plans for 2024. But I also want to go back and talk about my favorite games of 2023 and basically how 2023 went for me as a year. So, let's start with my favorite games of 2023. Out of all of the games I played, I'd say my number one game of the year was probably Tears of the Kingdom. Which doesn't really apply to my channel, since all of the Tears of the Kingdom videos on here currently are privated. But it was just such a fantastic game. It was exactly what I would have wanted in a sequel to Breath of the Wild, and more. And it was just a blast to go through. In terms of games I played on the channel, I'd say it's probably, honestly, a three-way tie between Rayman Legends, Mario Wonder, and Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze. The only reason Hat in Time didn't make it on there is because it was really fun as like its own experience, but I don't think it had tough competition for me this year. I really enjoyed the 2D platformers I played, like a lot. An honorable mention would be Mario RPG. I feel like, while it's not my favorite game of the year, it's definitely one of the best games I've played in a long time. And I feel like it was a pretty decent introduction to the RPG genre. I know that other RPGs are nothing like it. Or not nothing like it, but they aren't, they aren't all like Mario RPG. So, maybe I'll get into other RPGs, but who knows. My least favorite was probably Sonic Superstars, as much as that sucks to say, because I did enjoy my time with Sonic Superstars, but it's just the bosses that really dragged it down. That and some of the music being not as great. But yeah, that was how I'd rank. I mean, I guess I didn't really rank all of the games, but that's my favorite and least favorite, and a couple of extra games for 2023. As for my own personal stuff this year, I'll keep this section brief because I don't want to get into too much detail. But towards the beginning of the year, it was fine. Just, as the year went on, I feel like my levels of enthusiasm started to go downhill. And then on probably the best day of my life so far, September 2nd, 2023, I got together with my awesome girlfriend, Jay, and she's honestly made my life so much better in every way you could probably think of. She's helped me mentally. She's helped me with a lot of habits. I actually clean my room pretty regularly thanks to her. Man, she's just the light of my life right now. And I can't really see myself ever, leaving her unless she wants to leave. And even then, I'd still make an attempt to be friends, because I just love her that much. I'm gonna try and stay away from the mushy stuff for now, because I try to keep that out of my videos. It happens a lot when we're hanging out together on call and stuff. But yeah, this year has been kind of a mixed bag. Towards the beginning, for both my channel and myself, it wasn't the greatest, but in the once I guess it did start getting better once I started uploading again. Or I guess it really started getting a little better once I started talking with friends again, playing on GW again and stuff. And it really, really got better when I got together with my girlfriend. We've been making each other very happy since. And to Jay, if you're watching this, I love you so much. And I can't wait to keep giving you gifts this year. Alright, well, yeah, that about wraps it up for my personal stuff this year. And, I'd also say that about wraps it up for, this video. It's surreal. 2023 is over. 2023 really kind of whizzed by for me. Especially once I got back into uploading and I got into kind of a rhythm with that stuff. Kind of just flew by. And man, it's weird. Feels like everything's speeding up around me. And I'm glad I've been keeping up, decently well at least. But yeah. That's about it for today. I mean, obviously there are 2 other videos coming out later, but that's about it for now. See you guys later. Bye.